the melting pot. My name is Osas. I will be your host for today's show. As usual, I'm not alone. I have two delectable ladies here with me on the show today. Welcome with me, my co host, AY and Savvy. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hello, Osas. How are you today? Hi, Savvy. How are you today?
Good, good,
Awesome.
good. How you doing, Osas? Is the delectable from me?
Permit. That's also a positive thing happening this week. So I'll say this is a good news, and I'll congratulate all postgraduate students right now that yeah, when you graduate, there is hope for you to stay for 3 years, and at the end of the day, you're able to make what you've learned worthwhile and maybe convert your stay in Canada to something else, permanent residence or something. So I'm happy that is a good news. So after this, well, I know there's still so much on this other news. I want to thank our co-host Savvy AY for your comments on this other news. We'll still want to hear from our viewers. You can phone in, you can leave your comments in our Facebook page. We'll definitely read it out and share your views. Now let's move on to our next segment. There is love in the air. In the spirit of Valentine, our love coach, Ibis, has something spicy for us today. You don't want to miss it. Yes, stay tuned as we get relationship tips from our love coach. Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. It's Coach Ibis here, the coach next door. Thank you for joining me on the Ibis Love Corner. How are you doing? How did you celebrate your Valentine? Just me about it. How was it? What did you get for your spouse? Boxers, singlet? Chocolate, where did you go and what did you get for your spouse? I actually saw a post and someone was like, hey, there is no need for Valentine, blah blah blah. I agree with you that every day is the day of love, that we're supposed to be celebrating each other, and there is nothing wrong with it too if we have a day dedicated for love, to make up for all of those lapses, all of those busy days, to reconnect with each other, to strengthen our relationship with each other, wake up on the right side of bed with your spouse, with you, and stuff. There is no big deal. I don't know why people exaggerate things like this, but hey, Valentine is Valentine, and it was well spent. I must let you know that I actually saw a lot of people that you would never see them post anything about their spouses, but this year I saw a lot of them, and I'm so impressed, and I want to applaud you all for doing that. So today we want to talk about sexual intimacy and the reason why you might need a sex timetable in your marriage, and the reasons why you might also not need a sex timetable in your marriage. I know you're already, why should I need a sex timetable now? This thing is my own. I can go for it anytime and any day. I understand that. But before we go into that, there is this check. I call it marital checkup. I have this set of questions that I ask couples, and it's just to check the strength of your marriage. And that's why you need to follow me on all my social media handle. Ibis Love Avon. It's just one word on Instagram. If you can follow me on Instagram, every other links is right there on the bio, and you can just click on it and and join all of it. So I have so many things to learn from. Some might serve as reminder, some might serve as, hey, I don't even know that I can actually do this and achieve a great result in my marriage. So you need to follow me. So the one I'm doing today, I'm just going to be doing like the sex text out of it. Sex test, actually. And the first one is, I'm going to be reading out options for you. You got to pick. So do you engage in one form of sexual activity every week? Do you engage in just one form of sexual activity at least every week? And when I say sexual activity, I mean like cuddling, I mean kissing, fondling, caressing. Yes or no? If your answer is yes, you are doing a great job. It could be daily, but at least in a week, do you get to experience this with your spouse? Think about that. Are you comfortable with initiating sex with your spouse? We have so many ladies that are so shy about this. They cannot even tell their spouse that they need you need faka fiki. And the second part of it is, are you comfortable initiating sex with your spouse? And that is why in my coaching session, I emphasize so much on friendship. If we are friends, we can discuss anything. We can talk about anything. We can say anything. If you're not doing it rightly, I can talk about it. Hey, honey, you're not satisfying me sexually. Jokingly, playfully, we can sort it out. I emphasize so much on friendship. And a lot of people, they've not even gotten into this in their marriage, even though they are 10, 5 years 15, 20 years of marriage, they still don't know how to do this. They just get cranky around the house. They're not telling their spouse what they want and what is not doing right with them. Remember, you can only tell me where you want me to touch you. Sometimes I might be touching your left breast and your own might be, I prefer the right one. And if you're not telling me that you prefer the right one, how am I going to know it? And sometimes you might even need to carry my hand and put it on the left hand. A sensible man will know that, hey, it is the right one that I prefer. And with your man too, if you're caressing his leg and he doesn't like it, maybe he wants you to shift your hand to his lap. And he cannot say it because he's so shy. At least he can move your hand to his lap. And that is how you get that, oh, okay, maybe he doesn't like the other part that I'm touching. Maybe he likes the lap. I know you're looking at me, this kind coach said, yes, I'm a balanced coach. I don't lie to myself. I love to be real and I say it the way it is. So let's go back to the question. Are you comfortable with initiating sex? The first one is sometimes. B, always. And the C is rarely. And the D is never. So let me go to the third question. Think about the other one. What is your answer? How often do you have sex as a couple? Remember, medically, they suggest 21 times in a month, which I do not think it's doable just because we all work. We have lives outside of, But then, if your libido is high and you're matching up with each other and you can get it anytime, ready anytime, why not? If not, go for it. How often do you have sex as a couple? At least once in a week, at least once in a month, at least once in 3 months, others. If you are doing once in a week, maybe you should increase it. If you're doing at least once in a month, trouble day, my brother. Trouble day. Especially if you're under the same roof and you're doing once in a month, there is a problem. Men get their urge every morning. Remember, it's when they go to the toilet, they pee, that Baba will come down. But some ladies don't even do it ever. It could be 3 days to menstruation or 3 days after menstruation that we start getting that urge. But for your man, doing it once in a month, it's somehow. At least once in 3 months. Please come and see me right now. Book a link right now. We need to talk. We really need to talk. Do we need to see a doctor? Is your husband not under your roof? Are you guys apart? We need to talk. Once in a month? No. And the last one is, do you think you are sexually satisfied in your marriage? If you're not, talk to your spouse. If you need medical help, go get one. That is why we are here for each other. Sexual satisfaction for a man, it's probably when you ejaculate. But for a woman, the height of any sexual satisfaction is orgasm. So if you're not getting to orgasm, you're not getting satisfied. I can bet you on that. You are not getting satisfied. Unfortunately, I will not be able to talk about whether you the reason that you might need a timetable, or the reason why you might not need a timetable, because I've exhausted my time. But I promise this is exactly what I'm talking about next week. I'm talking about reasons why you might need a timetable, the benefit of having a timetable, the reason you might not need a timetable, and the reason why you should have it all the time if both of you are available. Remember, you can book an appointment with me. Go on my bio and book an appointment with me. See you next week. Love you, and bye for now.
Wow. Ibis Love Haven. That was truly spicy. I mean, our viewers, do you agree with the love coach? Let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear your thoughts. This is really romantic. This is love. Well, love is in the air. The number to call is on the screen. And if you think you can't call, you can drop a comment on our YouTube pages. The handle is also on the screen. Ladies, talk to me. What do you think about what Ivy's remarks about intimacy? I'm sure me, I'm guilty. Oh, yeah, let's hear from you.
As you are the guilty one here now. Do your guilty first. Let's hear your guilty. Maybe you carry us to where we don't know, or you carry us to the other side. Let's hear it, Osas. Come on. You put yourself
Oh,
on the
well,
bus.
for me, I look at it like when she said 21 times that is medically recommended. I don't know. That is a thing for me. Do you think it's actually a medical recommendation for 21 times, compared to, although she said, well, you might not be able to do that, because I read somewhere that I talked about where somebody was being interviewed. I don't know if he's actually a medical doctor or, in the medical field related to respiratory reproductive thing, but he mentioned about men have to have sex up to 21 times in a month to be able to prevent prostate cancer. That now, like, maybe most women are guilty. Oh. That's why I said maybe I'm guilty. Because
You know,
every month, that's a lot.
yeah, yeah. You know, when you said spicy, I was like, but really, this episode is spicy, as in, so talent, oh talent. But really, I find it very interesting, and 21 times is doable. Yes, it's very doable if both of you are not so busy. If your work is kind of chill, and but one thing I found interesting is the fact that sometimes, and I'm speaking from experience with my experience and other people's experience. I remember there was one seminar I attended. It was an online, like a webinar, an online, and they brought this to on marriage. It was a marriage webinar. And I think I've shared it with AY before. I can't remember. And they brought this couple that have been married for I think over 20 years or something. And they also were like, so how have you been able to keep the bedroom alive, the sex part alive? And they said, oh, they have a timetable, and all of us started laughing. And a keeper where I was like, excuse me, like you actually have a timetable? And I was like, yes, they do, because they found out that they were both very busy, and if they were not intentional about it, a week, 2 weeks can go by, 3 weeks can go by, and nothing will happen. So I don't know. I guess to each his own. But one thing that we have decided this year, right, is that we are not going to agree, including other room activities. We have is what Operation
Yes,
Fire for
so we're
Fire.
not going to agree. Oh. Yeah, so AY, your thoughts on this?
So, first of all, I'm going to quickly read something from medical as far as that 21 days um, sexual ejaculation for men, right? That they have to, from my understanding, it's not 21 days, but 21 times. So
Okay.
if he's doing it morning, afternoon, and night, it counts towards the 21 times days. So it's not the actual day, it's the actual excretion of their sperm out of their.
Number of times. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it says it's and it also helps men with low sperm count to quickly get medical help, because if you are doing it that much and your sperm count is low, it's quick to catch compared to someone that's having sex maybe once a month, and then maybe another 3 months goes by, they're not able to, so you won't catch if you have a low sperm count if you're not having sex often. That's for the men.
Mhm.
So another thing that medical news today is also saying that age, relationship changes, life events, and personal overall health factors into this sexual intimacy of both men and women, or men and men, saying, because we have to be politically correct, right? So now that we've seen the reasons why we are supposed to be banging in the other room as much as we can, is it, to me, in this our busy life in Canada, husbands gone to work, wives gone to work, kids are probably, maybe you have two or more kids and they're toddlers. I feel like it's hard. You're
For the
tired, you're
women, not for
cranky.
the men. For the women, not for the men.
I feel like for the men also, but because ego of, I must show say I be odogu for other room,
For the other.
allows them to push themselves a bit more than us. We're, of course, emotional being. We're tired. When we are tired, we're emotionally tired, we're physically tired, every part is tired.
Mm-hmm.
But for them, they can
Mm-hmm.
box it into, I'm done with work today. Let me open this other box. Let me go and have fun. But it's not like they're not tired
Yeah.
also, but they're, it's hard. It's hard. Is
Yeah.
it possible to
Actually,
have sex 21 times a month? For some people, it is. It
What's
is.
21 times? It's
okay.
very possible now.
For
21
me,
in how
let's
many days? In 30
Really?
days.
Ordinary 21.
uh you
And
Odogo.
we have some
Okay.
interesting comments on YouTube, right? Oh, thank you, Perpetua.
Awesome.
Perpetua is showing us love. Someone said, Dr. Ibis, which one is sex timetable again? Another person, the same person said, Dr. Ibis, does this timetable not make it feel like a chore and take all the fun away from it? Then someone said 21 times. Heck yeah, that's what we want. Otherwise, there'll be no peace in Africa.
There
I
we no
can
And
peace in
imagine the
Perpetua said,
Africa.
gender.
21 times, okay, kuku, tie me up now.
Kuku
Thank you
Kimi.
so much, guys. Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, actually, let's even leave the issue of the 21 times up, in my opinion, because there are some families like AY said, they come into Canada. I know of some families that the wife works in the morning. As she's closing from work, getting home, the husband is preparing to go
He's
for his
leaving.
own job because he works night shift. And because they have to alternate their work hours because of the kids, so that somebody can be at home to take care of the kids. So sometimes it's work. I wonder, how do they fit this thing into their schedule? If really, and you are fatigued, you're stressed. Well, it's really something I think we people need to be intentional. We have to actually be intentional about it. You don't have to count and say 21 times, but as often as possible, as often as is enough for you guys and is healthy, right? That's what I think should be good. Because and I think I buy the idea of that timetable. I have never been a timetable kind of person. I feel I love spontaneous, you know. Or sometimes that's spontaneous and you go wait tire
Yeah.
because your body, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is
But the
weak.
body is
But
not.
the flesh is weak. Another thing I think we can do is to have goals, right? We have financial goals, we have spiritual goals. So why don't we have sex goals, right? So you could
Hey,
say, oh
sex
my, so
goals.
you could say, one of my sex goals is to be what, is to be initiating sex, is to do this. So we can have goals in the other areas of our life. Why can't we have it in this area of our life
In
as well?
my,
No, just to, you
let's
I
know,
agree
let's
with
flip
you.
it.
spice things up.
Let's flip it a little bit. Let's flip it a little bit, ladies. Do you think the reason why we're having a lot of divorces and marital issue in this our abroad life, and I guess including Africa also, or the world in generally, do you think sex has a lot to contribute to that? That's my part A of my question. And part B of my question is, creating a timetable can be, I don't see it as being that bad because it gives you something to look forward to. So that's the other part I want to say. But let's jump into that first part first of, do you think that's one of the major reasons that people are breaking up, separating, fights, anger in relationship? What do you guys? Because I feel like it's an underlying factor that we don't get to talk, especially for our culture. We don't get to talk about sex openly as often as
Yeah.
our other cultures do. So do you think in our culture does this contribute to divorce and all of that? What do you guys think? What, Savvy, you go first
To be
because you are the one that has
honest,
goals.
no, no, I don't know. I was just, I did not say I have goals. Please, please don't put this on me. To be honest, I do. It could be a contributing factor. To be honest, right? You see, a couple, very vibrant couple, back home in Nigeria, everything was fine. They were getting it on. Then they get a major life event. The man does not have a job. The wife is the one working,
Yeah.
and the wife is thinking, if you don't, if you're not working, you're not contributing anything, then I do not think that you should. That all should not even be there. Like, you don't have money, and you want to, you don't have
I
money, and you
used
want
to
to be
knock.
moaning, and you want to be moaning. But one thing I've come to realize is it doesn't work that way with men. Like, I
No.
I know this. I want to share like a story. So this couple, the wife had a, I think was a miscarriage or stillborn, and she wasn't interested in sex. And so the guy was complaining that, it's been a long time now, that should be the baby, the person need the baby too. At least was his own offspring as well that died. And me, I was like, that this guy is not even, he's not showing
Sensitive.
empathy. He's not being sensitive. The guy was like, well, it has happened and it's been a long time. And we're just now, somebody close to me said, but that's like they can still mourn and still moan. And I started laughing.
Mourn. Oh my god.
Whether they are mourning does
Oh
not mean they can. I was
my
like,
god.
okay, I think so. When it comes to that part, we are not wired the same way. And I think maybe there should
Yeah.
be a balance. We should be able to understand. So let's assume that these people did not like reach out to people. It could have led to break of their marriage because the guy was like frustrated, was tired, like, what's going on? 6 months. So what? As in, it's been a long time now. Beg, babe, get over this thing,
Yeah.
right? And the lady was like, oh, a part of me died, and but hopefully they were able to resolve it. Now, if they didn't speak out, maybe they would have broken up because the guy had it up
That's
to here,
true.
like, he don't do now. So could it be a factor? Yes. But should it be? I don't think so. I think we can just sit down and just talk, right?
There should
There's
be a
a reason you are
compromise,
together.
right?
The reason you
Mm-hmm.
are together is not
Yeah.
only because of that, right? So that's what I think.
Yeah. But it's a big deal for most people from what I can discuss. I mean, I've been married for about 20 years this year. And
Wow. Wow. Are you for real?
yes,
You should see
She's
this
seriously, yeah.
the
Cassandra. Please do a
postgraduate
master. No,
of
do a
marriage.
master class for us, please. You need to do a master class for us, please. Please, 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 please. We need
Right.
master
Yeah.
class.
So I see that it's a big deal. Actually, that timetable thing, I think I buy into it. Like I said, I used to love spontaneous thing, when you watch romance movies and all that, you just feel like, he should know now, that kind of a thing. But over the years, there's a lot of things that affect relationship that, makes you guys like not lose interest but takes your attention. And women,
Mm,
we can't compare, we don't know how to compartmentalize things. Everything is one emotion, but for guys, everything is in different compartments. One is work, is different from sex, is different from food, is different from home. They have different compartments, so they can even be grieving and still be thinking of this aspect. But for a woman, it's all in one emotion. You can't, although we to that, we want to be focused on more important things. So, but I now realize that with what IB's love has told us today, that I think, and I think you yourself mentioned savvy, that a timetable will not be a bad idea because it makes you look forward to something. You can just like at least so
Yeah.
that we can even achieve twice a week, if at all. I mean,
Yes,
you can
I
target.
thought
Let's
I
even
ain't
achieve
bad.
twice a week. So you can even look at it like, let me do Monday. So Monday you're coming back from work.
Let's
Somehow
check our
psychologically
schedule.
you prepare
You get a
yourself for it.
diffuser, you already create your songs that you'll be playing.
Exactly.
You
I
have a
think I'm going to put
playlist.
that in my checklist.
Yeah, you're creating a playlist that will play in the
All right,
background,
goals, goals,
nice
goals.
candles.
My guess is well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know there is so much to discuss, right? There's going to be this has been truly educative, and we
It
thank
is.
our viewers for your comments. Even though nobody has called in, don't be shy. This is a topic we like to discuss. I mean, people need to discuss. Couples, share your experience. People, somebody out there would love to hear from
Like,
you. There's a lot
That's
to
true.
unpack here, and the love coach has promised to give us a part two on this lesson. So make sure you keep it a date. I can't is cooking. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That is how you show support for what we do. All right, everyone. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, Savi will be taking us on our next segment. We have something interesting cooking. I would still like to hear from you. The segment is called What Do I Do? Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it.
hello everyone. Welcome to the segment. What do I do? So we have a story, as in that I saw strolling through the street of social media, and I'm just going to read it out now. Okay, so this is a question that happened to someone. He said, "Oh, you went out with your very close friend. You guys ordered a drink, but before they brought the drink, you went outside to make a call. When you came back, they brought the drink, and your friend has already opened it for you. When you asked why she did, she said the waiter wanted to use the opener for another customer. So she said, let her cuckoo open it for you. Now you refused to take the drink. You ordered another one. You got home and she started you up telling you, what do you see her as? Were you thinking she would have poisoned you? She couldn't even allow you to talk. She ended the friendship and blocked you. Now, what will you do as the friend? If you go out, can you allow your friend? Would you, as the friend, would you have taken the drink? Do you think the friend went too far, blocking a friend? Right. This is really trending on, this news developed today, and it has been trending on various apps on social media. So what do you guys think? Yeah. So guys, what? So for me, I really don't. I think it's a trust issue. If they are my friend and we go out together, I should be able to. I don't know. I would take the drink, right? I can't imagine going out with AY and she opens the drink and I would say I'm not taking it. Why? Why am I even thinking that? I think it has to do with it has to do with what what kind of friendship are you even having. And I remember one of my somebody I respect very much used to tell me that, oh, that if you go out, it's a sign of discipline not to leave your it's a sign of discipline not to drink from an unopened drink. That if you go out, if you leave an unopened drink, then when you come back, don't take that drink again. And for me, I found that idea a little bit faulty, except if I don't know the people at the table. But if these are people that I call my friends, if they're people that are in my tribe, then there shouldn't be any problem leaving my own open drink with them. By the time by the time I'm having this issue, then that means there's a problem already. There's an underlying problem for me to be thinking that. I don't think it's wrong for friends to open that, but that's just my opinion, right? Some say, oh no, they won't do that. That their friends should also respect them. That they don't want to take an unopened drink, and the friends should be cool with it. But for me, I think we are not friends. You don't. If you think I will want to poison you, if you think I'm going to do something to you, then I don't think we should even be friends, right? Pukuma, leave me. Leave like, I'm not going to stay in that friendship with you. Let's just, I'll be called there, but I know that we are not friends. Yeah. So, AY, what do you think?
So there is actually a drink cover that is sell on Amazon, and I did have one at some point when I used to go out to the clubs a lot, and it is very, very marketed that not to drink from a drink that is was opened previously before you got there. Now we're talking about a friend. It depends on the friendship dynamic, right? If it's a friend that you've known each other for a really long time and there's no need, there's no animosity, there's no bad vibe, or there's something hanging over your head, I don't see a big deal in it. But from what we have seen lately in the society of jealousy, of, date rape, of, people being kidnapped, of people being, there's so many factors now. Maybe the friend is even compromised, you don't know. So I will say, if I wasn't for that person, the person that blocked might have overdone it. I don't think it was up to the fact that you should have blocked. Maybe they should have sat down, had a conversation, and say, I thought we are cool. Why don't you trust me? Or what were you thinking? In a more calm situation, everybody has their reasons. If I don't want to drink from the bottle, I don't want to drink from the bottle. There's no police to arrest me for that. But just to say, for anyone that still goes to club, or young people that are out there in the thing, they do have it on Amazon. It's a drink cover. When you get up, you cover your drink. It's made out of cloth. So if anything has been dusted, the black thing will pick it up. Or if someone's hand has touched your drink, you'll be able to see it, and make sure you buy one for yourself.
Yeah. So,
Good
Osas,
one.
what do you
Yeah,
think?
I must say I agree with AY because on this, the world has become evil, more evil. People have become more, very suspicious of a lot of things. Personally, if I go out with my friends, if the drink has been open in your presence and maybe you've started taking the drink, and if you have to walk away from that drink, I won't even really advise you come back to it. I'll just tell you, you want to go along with your drink, take your drink along with you to wherever you are going to, maybe except you are going to the washroom, to ease yourself or something. Then personally, if I walk away from my drink, depending on how far I go, when I come back, I will not want to continue that drink, right? Because, yeah, it depends on who is with you on the table. Actually, if a very very close friend, maybe your family member is amongst the people at that table, I'll hand over. Please help me watch this drink. I'm going somewhere, right? That is okay. That's what I will do. But if it is somebody I'm not too familiar with, we just happen to be there, or we are just colleagues, because there are different levels of friendship, right? It could be
Friendship,
colleagues,
yes.
Yeah, I
acquaintances,
agree.
and all that. So if it's just an acquaintance, I will come back and stylishly push away that drink. I would not necessarily drink it. Now, to that friend who opened the drink in her friend's absence, personally, I won't do that. I'll rather you come back and open the drink. I mean, it's just a can opener or a drink opener. You can always get it to open the bottle later, but I won't open the bottle in your absence because I don't want to build any level of suspicion. I want your mind to be free with me. And, so I just don't want any clause in our relationship, even if I don't have that idea, because a lot of things are happening. We've heard of stories, kidnap, date rapes, and evil people have gone to take drinks and they died. I mean, So it's something really, yeah, really risky. It's something really risky that I won't advise people to to take that risk. So friends
Can I
should be
just say one
careful.
last thing? Let me just say one last thing. It could also be that the person, this said person, was not even thinking more of their friend. You might have opened the drink and maybe took your eyes away and someone else had put something in the
Mhm.
drink. That could be another reason why he's choosing or she's choosing not to drink that drink. So I think a conversation should have been had. It wasn't enough for
Yeah.
you to block. Now you look suspicious now that you have blocked me. So that's what I wanted to, maybe that's another angle that person should have
Yeah,
looked
so
at
we
it
have
from.
some comment here. So we have some comment here on YouTube. Someone said, "No, don't open my drink." The same
Mhm.
person said, "See, it's better to lose your friendship than play a gamble with your life. You can't be too careful these days. Wisdom is profitable to direct." And I don't know, but for me, it just rubs me the wrong way. Like I have friends that we've been friends for over a decade, and I don't think I'll go out
Mm,
with them and they will give me drink, and I'll now be saying, "Oh, I don't want to drink it." I don't know. I don't roll that way, right? I don't roll that. If we are not cool, we're not going to get a drink, right? We won't even get that drink. So
Mm.
to each his own. To each his own.
yes, yes,
Over
Yeah,
to
that's
you,
I
true. That's
Esther.
true.
Yeah, so I'm so happy, Savvy. Yeah, this is something to really think about. The friends should, I think, what do I do? My own take is call your friend, try to like explain your position to that person. It could not be not like you're suspecting, but you don't want to take the risk. It could not, I'm not suspecting you, that's what I will say. And I'll tell you, it could be anybody. Maybe you two turned away and somebody dropped something, you just explain and try to say it's not because you are suspicious, and hopefully the friend understands. But if the friend doesn't understand, then well, there's nothing. It's better to be safe than sorry.
That's
That's
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To everyone, to round up this segment and to round up our show for today, we want to thank everyone who has called in. Want to thank everyone. Okay, nobody called in today, but we wish you had called in. We want to thank everyone who has sent us a message on our YouTube, who left a comment, and who have subscribed today, who has liked our page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you for being part of our enriching conversation. Remember, this conversation continues online via our social media handles. Until next week, when we come your way again, keep the pot melting with love and understanding. Bye for now. Bye bye.
Bye.